Hello guys, hello everyone, hello Zimbabwe, South Africa, India, all over the world. So it's a Friday around 8 p.m. in the evening. So what do we have? We have this laptop. This is coming from another computer shop. And what did they say? They are saying no picture light okay. It's a Samsung NP-519 model. That's the model of this laptop. So they are saying the laptop is coming on. We have light but no picture on the screen. So yeah, it came like this. Already they tried to do whatever they tried to do, but we need to confirm that. We need to confirm that. So I'll plug in the charger. Charger plugged. You can see the light here, the green light. Let's power on the laptop on. Comes on and goes off. On again. We only have light. You can see we have light, and this screen is broken here on the margin, but according to the owner description, they said the owner was using this laptop like this. So we have a problem. Let's unplug the charger. So what do you think is the problem? We have light but no picture on the screen. If this screen is gone totally, so either, because if you see something like this, according to how I see things, it means the motherboard has already passed the test. You know the startup sequence, when you press the power on button, the EC chip is reading some power supply, and if everything is okay, the laptop will start powering on. In this case, the motherboard is responding, is turning on. We have the light but no picture. So either we have a faulty screen, or we may have a faulty ribbon cable to the screen, or it can be graphics, or the 3.3 can be missing from the motherboard. So what I would do, I'll try to check some things. I'll try to check some things here. I will try to check some voltages. I'll plug in the charger, power on the machine. While this laptop is, when I press, it's coming on, goes off. Now it's on. So what I will do, we have to check some voltages here. So let's check some voltages now. Our laptop is on. What I want to do, I want to check on the screen connector, 3.33, and the 19.24. You can see on the multimeter, the 19 volts for the backlight is on, and for 3.3 is also present. That means those signals, maybe they are present. You know, the one for powering on the screen and the other one to adjust the brightness. I explained about how the screen is working. So still we have nothing on the screen. Okay, so we do have voltage. Let's check out the hard drive. I want to try without the hard drive. Let's try to eliminate things, because you know, a half working device is very hard to deal with. Trust me. So it's very hard to do. We don't know what the fault here. On. Still same story. So this fault has nothing to do with the hard drive. What I want to try, I want to look for, I don't want to take out this screen. Was it stuck with some glue here? You can see it's stuck with some glue. So what I will try, I want to look for another screen ribbon cable and another screen. I'll look for the ribbon cable, screen ribbon cable, and another LED screen, and we test. In that way, we will know if the problem is on the screen side or is on the motherboard side. What we can do, I'm just avoiding to open this screen, because if the owner said the screen was working with this line, I don't want to open, because you can see this glue. So give me 1 second. So what do I found? I found this screen, 15.6 inch standard screen, in this connector. So what I will do, I will unplug this connector. I'll plug this connector. I'll plug this connector, because we are trying to see what kind of fault do we have here. I don't know this. We want to skip. Well, this is my screen. This is our screen. We are using this screen for testing. We are using this screen for testing. That's the screen. So now we need power. Yeah, we still have light. You can see the green light, power on. Light, yeah, this is our screen, and I'm 100% sure something is not right here, because this screen, we use it almost every day when we want to test. This screen is good because it's got picture. This is our screen, so I'm 100% sure. So now I think things they are going complicated bit by bit. Let's unplug this. Let's take out the screen and the ribbon cable. So our problem is not from the screen, because we tested with the working screen, still no issue. This is the another cable we tested. So I think at this moment things will start to get tough, because by now we know this is the fault has nothing to do with the hard drive, has nothing to do with the screen, it has nothing to do with the screen ribbon cable. What I want to check more, what about the RAM? What about RAM? What about RAM? Plug in the charger, power on. Same issue, no writing on the screen. Now you are now certain that the fault is not on the screen side. So what is the fault here? What is the fault? What I would do, I'll take all the connectors, the connector for these USBs. What about, no, I can't, because here that's where we have the switch. I think the connector that I can take out is for the keyboard. It's very possible the laptop to behave like that if we have a fault keyboard. What else can we disconnect? We won't have the keyboard. So let's try with the keyboard not plugged in. On. Now nothing on the screen totally. Why? Why? This is no longer a game. On. That's crazy. Now we don't have a picture anymore. Why? Let's plug back the keyboard, because what we did, we take out the keyboard. Let's plug back the keyboard. Let's refeed the RAM because it was on this on the first slot here. Let's try one more time. On. No. The light is no more. What I have done wrong? Try with this array. So what I have done wrong here? What I have done wrong? On. So, but that's the original RAM which I was using. Okay. Let's try something. Let's try something. Let's take out the motherboard completely. Let's check out the motherboard. Check out the motherboard completely. So that's the motherboard. That the other side we have the SMSC, that the EC chip microcontroller. We have the BIOS battery here. Let's check out the BIOS battery. Let's check out the BIOS battery. Let's reset the BIOS battery. Everything looks fine here, only dust. Wind bonds, that the BIOS. I don't think this fault has anything to do with the BIOS, based on the behavior that the board is turning on. We have the light but no picture. What I want to do here, we do have the chipset, we have the processor soldered together with the graphics inside. Let's try something. Let's try something. Let's check out the heatsink, because now my last suspect is the graphics. My last suspect is the graphic chip. That's my last suspect. So let's check out the heatsink. Let's check out the we have the processor with the graphics together. You know, I'm confused, but let's just try. Let's try. Let's put some soldering flux, and I'll come with the heat from the edges of the graphic chip. Maybe that will bring the screen. I'm reflowing the processor because this kind of model with the graphics inside. That should be okay. That should be fine. Hopefully this will solve the problem. Hopefully this will solve the problem. Thermal paste. I was thinking that maybe it's a screen for a fault screen, but the fault has nothing to do with the screen. Oh, I forgot to put this plastic. You know what? This job want to take away off all my happiness for the weekend, you know. It's no longer a game here. It's no longer a game. Okay, so let's put back the RAM memory. We reset the BIOS, we did everything. So we need to put back the board and try to test. Hopefully. Hopefully it's now game over. Hopefully it's now game over. So I'm always getting weird faults. I always get weird faults. I don't know why. I don't know why it is like that. What is missing are the screws. Let's test now. Charger plugged. We still have the green light, power on. Let's wait because we reset the BIOS. We need to wait a little bit. Light, no picture. Yeah. I can start feeling the fire now. No, it's not working. So it's not working. It's not working. Let's check resistance to ground of every coil. This one, that's for the charging circuit. It's okay. We have another one here, another one here, another one here, like 71 ohms. Okay. Here, 10 ohms. 19 ohms. 19. 65. I want to check some voltages. I want to power on the machine and check some voltages there. I think that's very important. On. Volts. On this coil, 0.83. 0.9, 1.54, that's the RAM voltage. So if I'm to check on the RAM direct, you can see 1.54, we have RAM voltage. Fan is spinning at full speed. For the processor, we have 1 volt. This power supply, 1 volt here, 90. Here we have more coils, 5 volts. The other one, 3.3. Okay. We have voltage for the graphics, for the processor, for everything. Still not working. Hmm? This is coming from another computer shop, so we need to look closely. Maybe they've done something, but I can't see like flags even on the other side. Oh, what I can see this, I don't think we can see this port, this USB port. Some pins they are attached inside. Do you think that's the problem? Well, we can check to confirm that diode. But yeah, some data pins they are shorted to ground. Can that cause no display? Ground. Yeah. All the pins they are shorted to ground. So what I would try, let's try something. We need to make sure that there is no short there. Probably we can't fix this fault. Because if you have something shorted on the data line, I don't think I can do anything. Let's check again. Grounds, data pins, and why? Why is like this? I don't know what did they try to do here. I'm not satisfied on the on this capacitor. Now there's no more short anymore. No more shorts. So by lucky we might have a working laptop or on. Yeah, it's no longer a game anymore. Do you have a fault BIOS? But I don't think so. In most cases, if you have a fault BIOS, the laptop will come on and you have a black screen. Here we don't have a black screen. We don't have a black screen here. What I want to do, this is coming from another computer shop, so you have to know something. If something is coming from another repair shop, so what did I see? I see that here the USB pins were shorted, all the data pins and the plus were shorted to ground. I took out the short. Here they did something, and you know what? There's something which I'm curious. Not shorted. $75 ohms. 75 ohms. Here we have another small electrolyte capacitor. 0. Maybe it's ground. 0. 0. 0. Why do you have 0? So why did they use capacitor if we have like 0 resistance? Because a capacitor, even if it's a 1 volt power rail, you must not get like 0 resistance. So something is not right here. Let's go under microscope and check together. was because the current so I just put it another one which I believe and you can see there's no more shoot here and if I'm using the other one no shoot again and the one out one is because once again once more that capacitors. So let's check. You remember, visual inspection is very important. I don't know if this is going to help our problem, but based on if something is coming from another repair shop, you have to check. Because here I've seen some solder, they try to do something, and here those capacitors which were shorted, this one there's no more short again, and the other one no short. So let's test to see if we have any change here. Yeah, this laptop just ruined my day. I didn't really expect like a complicated thing on a Friday, you know. But that's what we have. What we can do on a Friday, we have no choice. That's the thing. We have no choice here. It's one way. Either we'll fix this, or we'll fix this, or we'll get fixed. We don't have a choice in this case. But I never found something like this. I don't know whether this capacitor, both this capacitor, we'll check after what this capacitor is doing, because even up to now, I don't understand whether this capacitor, they are on the output or the input of the PCH power supply, or they are doing something else, but we'll see. We'll see. And the other thing, you have to know your customers, because we have different kind of customers. We have those on the middle class, those on the high class, those on the low class. You should accept them all the way they are. To someone, maybe might find this laptop not worth to be repaired, but to me, I have to help such kind of customers. I have to help such kind of customers. And I don't see anything bad. So let's test. We still have lights. That's a good thing. On. Same issue. Same issue. So should you call this a fail? Still no picture. But I think the capacitor is too big. Let me try to look for another exact value of this capacitor and see. I found something. Was the capacitor is an electrolyte capacitor, which I believe we put something of high value. Where's that one? Okay. So let's check this. The capacitor looks fine. Why me? Why me getting something like this? Why me? One more time. On. What kind of game is this? What kind of game do we have here? Hmm? One volt. Okay. Yeah, that's a tough night. We only have one volt there. You know what? I think it's a good moment to give up, because I tried with this capacitor, and if I'm to look what is written on this capacitor, it's J8, let me see, maybe I can see something on Google. J8 capacitor. Okay, I found something. Class 1 ceramic capacitor. I just want to look for I'm checking the data sheet for this kind of capacitor. Maybe there's something that I'm doing wrong. J8 capacitor. You know what? Let me look for a different Samsung board and try to identify those capacitors next to the PCH, and we can take one there. What do you think? I'll check out this one because it's not working. This is the second one. Maybe it's working, but that's not our problem. Maybe the capacitors are fine, but I just have, you know, that sense of mind that maybe I'm dealing with some wrong value capacitors here. I found this board. This one is for Samsung NP-519. This one is Samsung NP-519. So what DE, you know, we drive the processor, the graphic chip, PCH. Next to the PCH, you see this black thing, DEJ8. So now, if this capacitor is not going to help us, it means our problem is not there. We have something else. We have to carry on trying to find the fault. The capacitor is now in place. Let's just wait for our board to dry up so that we can test again. If that doesn't help, I'll stop this video and try to continue. But when I'll be continue, the starting point will be the BIOS. Let's test. The starting point will be the BIOS. Now we found the exact capacitor. We need to try on. Let's wait because we reset the BIOS. So I need to give it a little bit of time. The machine is restarting, but I see something. I see something like Samsung. Let's wait, Samsung. And we have picture. You see? We have some writing here. So, you know, I was about to give up on this machine. We now have picture. Yeah. This was a hard night Friday. I can see on my OBS is now 1 hour 2 minutes trying to fix this machine. You know, job from other technicians, they try what they do, they mess up things, and they don't know where to go, then send the items here. So actually, what was the problem? Was this capacitor. Maybe you can see this capacitor which was shorted, and we want to check what kind of voltage do we have on that power rail. Volts. Like 1 volt. Here, when we checked it before, here was like 0.52 volts, and it's now 1.05 volts. And our laptop is working fine. So that's how we can diagnose and fix laptop with light but no picture. But in most cases, this is a weird fault. I never found something like this. This is the first time. And mostly, if you have something like that, maybe you have a broken ribbon cable, you have a faulty screen, you have missing 3.3, you know, those signals for powering on the screen and for adjusting brightness. In most cases, you find something like that. But today was a different issue. So, yeah, I'm tired. Like, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. See you on the next one. Bye.